Carney is right. The old world is dead. But the polite strategic engagement want to resurrect that old world. We need to let it die. We need to build something sharper, something stronger, and of more value than the old one. So what do we do here? Because it's easy to actually get cynical or to say that we are doomed or say that we should just keep our heads down for a little bit and hope nobody notices us. But hope is actually not a strategy. Survival, in this case, demands a radical pivot from being the nice guy, the middle power, to a strategic pivot state. And here is how I believe we can achieve this. I break this down into 3 strategies here. Strategy number 1 is a ruthless mineralization. We have to forget about the UN. The UN is too big, it's too slow, it's full of bureaucratic red tapes. We need to double down on minilateralism, small focused alliances built around specific issues where we actually have leverage. We need an Arctic security pact with countries like Norway, like Denmark, Finland, a joint patrol of that region where we have shared sensors and not just talk and no action. These are countries that actually understand the stakes. We need a critical mineral alliance with countries like Australia and Japan. We don't just sell them rocks. We build a closed loop supply chain that cuts out hostile actors entirely. We make it so much that if you want to get battery, for instance, from Tokyo, from Berlin, you need Ottawa's approval for that. You want natural gas in Germany, in the UK, in Poland, in Malaysia, or in the rest of Asia. We don't offer them some disgraceful batteries like we did in the past, disgraceful batteries for which China has an immense leverage over us already. We need to offer them where we actually have power, where we have leverage. We've already seen billions being unlocked through the G7's new production alliance. Now we have to make it non-negotiable, cutting out hostile actors. And we need now to do the research at home in Canada, mine locally, and manufacture here in Canada. Create tons of jobs and rebuild the middle class here. We need to stop trying to save the world, and we need to start securing our corner out of it. Now, strategy number 2 is to weaponize our geography. Canada's case is like a person that has internalized negativity, because often we talk about our geography as a curse word, as a liability. It's too much land, it's too few people. But in the current political hegemon campaign across the world, our geography is our asset. We control the Northwest Passage. As the ice melts, this is our new Suez Canal. Right now, we treat it like a park, but we need to start treating it like a toll road where we collect tolls. We need the infrastructure, the deep water ports, the ice breakers, the sensors that will man that region to physically control that space, to monitor even for incursion, not to fight a war, as it were, but to enforce sovereignty. Because in a lawless world, possession is 10/10 of the law. If you can't patrol it, you don't own it. It's not yours. The third strategy is the one I call the Porcupine defense. We will likely never have a military that can defeat a superpower. That might be fantasy. And I know about the past, I know the history, I know where we fought alongside the United States in the past, but that's not what I'm really talking about. The current Canada, with almost not a battle-ready army, will likely not be able to defeat a superpower. But we don't need to win to start with. We just need to be painful to touch. And this is what I mean by the Porcupine strategy. We need focused investment. We need cyberspace, cyber defense investment, drone technology, and submarines. Those are the areas where we need to put our investment. We need to make it so much that messing with Canada, whether it's an election interference, a cyber attack on our grid, or bullying in trade talks like we've had in the last 1 year, all of that would carry a stinging cost. But right now, the cost of bullying Canada is 0. That will have to change. And that brings me to the hardest part of this, which is not about ships or even trade deals anymore. It's about us. Because for this to work, Canadians have to change how we see ourselves. We have to stop being embarrassed about power power. We have to stop thinking the national interest or the national identity is racism or resource leverage is becoming an American bully or a geographic advantage requires that we go to these international organizations for multilateral agreements first. We need to stop all of that, and we need to stop seeing results as optional. It is a necessity. It's a must win in this case. And you cannot be the nice guy when the person across the table is rewriting the rules to bankrupt you. We need a foreign policy that is less about virtue signaling or value signaling, and it's actually more about interest securing. The world we grew up in, the world of stability, the world of rules that American guarantees our safety and security, all of that is gone and is not coming back. But we have a choice, and there are three of them that we have. The first is to cling to nostalgia of the past, and we keep hoping and quoting international laws to people who stopped listening years ago. The second option is we grow the hell up. We accept the world as is, not as we wish it was, and we build leverage. We build alliances that have teeth. We make ourselves indispensable and prickly to touch and hard to ignore. This isn't about becoming an aggressor. It's about refusing to be a victim. Canada has everything it needs to succeed in this new world. We have the resources, we have the talent, we have the geography. Only thing we're missing is the willpower to use them. And this is very important